Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's video we will be talking about that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on a 2-day visit, that is on 10th and 11th of October to Laos to attend the ASEAN India Summit and the East Asia Summit. So this visit will conclude with attending two meetings, and that is the East Asia Summit and the ASEAN India Summit. So let us first understand the timeline. First we will be looking at the news, then what is ASEAN, what is East Asia Summit, what is Act East Policy of India, and in the end prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is International Relations and groupings, that is global groupings. As we move forward, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. As the news talks about PM Modi departs for Laos to attend ASEAN, India and East Asia summits. Before starting, Drishti IAS has come up with the IAS GS Foundation course in both prelims and mains in offline mode in English medium. So the Lucknow batch is starting on 16th of October at 8 am and the Karol Bagh Delhi batch is starting on 17th of October 8 am. If you have any query, do give us a call at 8010440440. So what is happening is that PM Modi is on a 2-day visit to Laos on October 10 and October 11, and this will be the 21st edition of the ASEAN India Summit, and ASEAN stands for Association of Southeast Asian Nation, and the second meeting, that is the East Asia Summit. So this will be the 19th East Asia Summit. So ASEAN Summit is 21st and East Asia Summit is 19th, and the current chair for the ASEAN meeting is Laos PDR. It is a Southeast Asian country. And what the Prime Minister will be doing there apart from attending the meeting is that he will be holding the bilateral meetings with the heads of the other countries. And then India is marking a decade of the Act East policy this year. So this year, that is 2024, India is marking 10 years of the Act East policy. And this will be the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's 10th attendance at the ASEAN India Summit, and the theme for this year ASEAN India Summit is connectivity and resilience. So connectivity and resilience is the theme. So let us look at the location of Laos PDR on the world map. So if we look at the Southeast Asian countries, then this is Laos. So the capital of Laos is Vientiane, where the PM is going. And if we talk about the surrounding countries of Laos, then it is Vietnam, China, Myanmar, Thailand and Cambodia. So these are the surrounding countries of Laos. Now let us talk about ASEAN. So what is Association of Southeast Asian Countries? As the name itself is telling, that it is an association of all the Southeast Asian countries, that the Southeast Asian countries are coming together and they have formed an association, and this association is what is known as ASEAN. So it is Association of Southeast Asian Nation, and it is a regional organization because the region of the Southeast Asia, the countries are becoming part of it. And if we talk about the establishment year of ASEAN, then the ASEAN grouping was established on 8th August 1967. So the year is 1967 and the place is Bangkok, Thailand. And this is where a declaration was signed, and it was known as the ASEAN Declaration, and in particular the name is Bangkok Declaration. So if the question is asked that by which declaration is the ASEAN grouping formed, then the answer is Bangkok Declaration. Then this was done by the founding fathers of ASEAN, and if we talk about the founding fathers of ASEAN, then the countries are Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore and Thailand. So these 5 are the founding fathers of ASEAN, and these 5 are the countries who were there at the time of establishment or the formation of ASEAN with regard to the Bangkok Declaration. Then as of now, there are 10 Southeast Asian countries who are member of the ASEAN, and that is Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, Cambodia and Brunei. But if we talk about 2022, then in the year 2022, ASEAN has agreed in principle to admit East Timor as the group's 11th member. So in principle, East Timor has been the 11th member of the ASEAN. And then if we will look at the membership of the ASEAN, then we talked about the 5 founding members, and that was Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore and Thailand. Then apart from this, in the year 1984, Brunei Darussalam joined ASEAN. Then in the year 1995, it was Vietnam which joined ASEAN. Then in the year 1997, Laos, PDR and Myanmar joined ASEAN. And then in the year 1999, Cambodia joined ASEAN. And as of now, 2022, in principle, East Timor has become the 11th member of the ASEAN grouping. Then if we talk about the Secretariat of ASEAN, then that is Jakarta, Indonesia. And what is the aim of ASEAN grouping? The aim of the ASEAN grouping is to promote economic growth so that the region of the Southeast Asian countries together can have economic growth and can see economic prosperity. And that is why the free trade agreement with India also has played a very important role in the import and export of items from India to the ASEAN nations, and the growth has been manifolds. Then social progress, cultural development and regional peace and stability. Regional peace and stability in today's time is one of the priorities of every country, and India's priority has always been maintaining global peace. So, and the scenario as of now which is going on with regard to the Israel two-front war with Hamas and Lebanon, then Israel and Iran, then Russia and Ukraine. So this is creating a lot of instability as of now in the geopolitics. Then India has strong ties with ASEAN strategic partnership focused on economic cooperation, security, collaboration and cultural exchange, because India and Southeast Asian nations, because the distance is not very far, so culturally and traditionally we have shared many relations. If we talk about Thailand, then the Buddhism is what we have a very common relation with Thailand with regard to it. And like in the same way, the other Southeast Asian countries also come under the aspect of cultural exchange. Then ASEAN Free Trade Agreement promotes free flow of goods within the region. So with India, the ASEAN countries have a free trade agreement. Now if we talk about the ASEAN member countries, so 10 plus 1, that is East Timor. So if we talk about 10, then that is Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, Singapore, Indonesia, Laos, Vietnam, Malaysia, Philippines and Brunei Darussalam. And then if we talk about the East Timor, so look at this map. This is the map. See, this is Southeast Asian countries map and this is Indonesia. So one of the part of Indonesia, that is the eastern part of Indonesia, and also you can say that it lies to the northern part of Australia, northwest of Australia. So if we will zoom out on the map, this is what we get. So this is East Timor. So this is one complete island. On one side we have Indonesia, on one side we have East Timor. Then comes the next, and that is the East Asia Summit. So the first summit which PM Modi would be attending would be the ASEAN India Summit, and the second would be the East Asia Summit. So now let us talk about the East Asia Summit. Then East Asia Summit was established in the year 2005. And it is an ASEAN-led initiative. So East Asia Summit is an ASEAN-led initiative. East Asia, it means taking over all the countries who are part of the East Asia. It is an ASEAN-led initiative, important point for you to remember. Then it consists of 18 members. And out of these 18 members, 10 members are ASEAN countries. And apart from these 10 members, 8 countries are dialogue partners. Australia, China, India, Japan, New Zealand, Republic of Korea, Russia and United States. So 10 ASEAN countries and 8 dialogue partners. And if you will see that the dialogue partners are big countries like Russia, like China, like India, like US. Then it is considered as the only leader-led forum in the Indo-Pacific. In the Indo-Pacific that brings together all the key partners and discusses on the topics like political, security and economic issues of strategic importance. So the strategic importance issues with regard to political, security and economic. Now let us talk about that the first East Asia Summit took place in the year 2005 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Then India has been a founding member of the East Asia Summit since 2005. So ASEAN, India is not a founding member. India is a what? What is India? India is not a member of ASEAN. India is a founding member of East Asia Summit. Then East Asia Summit has 6 priority areas of cooperation where they cooperate with each other, and these 6 priority areas are environment and energy, education, finance, global health issues and pandemic disease, natural disaster management, and ASEAN connectivity. Connectivity in today's time is one of the major priorities because keeping routes smaller and faster movement of goods becomes very, very important. Then India and the East Asia Summit. So what has been India's relation with East Asia Summit? So that is, India views the East Asia Summit as a key platform for enhancing its Act East policy. Now India has a Act East policy, and to enhance the Act East policy, India has a very good relationship and it sees East Asia Summit, or you can say that East Asia Summit would be a key platform for enhancing India's Act East policy, which was earlier Look East policy. Then strengthening its strategic partnership with ASEAN and other regional countries. So whenever the countries come in a grouping and they meet with each other in a grouping, so strategic decisions tend to take place. And one of the examples of these strategic decision is that India and ASEAN have a free trade area, and the trade between the ASEAN countries and India has grown many folds, and I would say more than 10 times in the last 1 decade. Then East Asia Summit Bangkok 2019, India unveiled India's Indo-Pacific Ocean Initiative. So during the year 2019, India unveiled India's Indo-Pacific Ocean Initiative. It aimed at forging partnerships to create a secure and stable maritime domain. Maritime domain which is secure and which is stable, secure from any kind of interference from any other country, and then stable so that the geopolitical situations does not unstabilize it. Then India has contributed to the East Asia Summit cooperation in various fields in the form of disaster management, renewable energy, education, health, connectivity, maritime security, and counter terrorism. See, what we are discussing in this video are the most basic things with regard to the ASEAN East Asia Summit, India's relationship with the East Asia Summit, and also in the end we will be looking at the Act East policy of India also. These becomes important to form the major framework of your answers when you write the answer writing practice and when you do the answer writing practice. And the developments of the ASEAN Summit is what we will be covering in the coming episodes. Now the Act East policy of India. So the Act East policy of India was announced in the year 2014, and the Act East policy was an upgrade to the Look East policy of India. Now Look East policy of India was something which was adopted during the time of 1992, and it is when that the USSR got disintegration in the year 1991, and now India wanted to move ahead to the USSR and has to collaborate or cooperate with other countries also like US and its allies. So that is when the Look East policy of India was also Look East policy of India came into the picture to deal with other countries and to increase India's relation with other countries apart from few countries. Then it is a diplomatic initiative to promote economic, strategic and cultural relations with the vast Asia Pacific region at different levels. So basically it is economic, strategic and cultural. So in all these groupings that we talked about, you will see few of the common terms, that is economic, strategic and culture. These are the common terms which you are able to see in all the groupings or the summits that we are talking about, and these are the things that you need to find out and that you can write in your answer writing, because these are the things which will get you extra marks and these are the smart things you can do. Then Act East policy focused on ASEAN countries, those 10 countries, then economic integration of the countries plus the East Asian countries. So the East Asia Summit has 18 members, 8 other members apart from the 10 ASEAN members. Then security cooperation. Then the Prime Minister of India has also highlighted on the 4 C's of Act East policy. And what are these 4 C's? And these are culture, commerce, connectivity and capacity building. See, these are all connected with each other. Commerce is economy. So economy can improve when there is good infrastructure, logistical support, and connectivity is good with one place to another place. And culture is when one country can get connected to other country, and the tradition, culture, heritage is what comes into picture, and they play a very important role in developing the soft power of a nation. And that is when everything, the commerce, connectivity and culture comes together, then the capacity building of any place or any area can be done. And if we will see, then India, because India has such a huge manpower and the working age population is also young in India, so India can play a very important role with regard to developing the capacity building. Then this was about ASEAN East Asia Summit, India's relation and India's role with East Asia Summit, and then the Act East policy, and we also discussed about the Look East policy. And in the end we will be discussing a prelims MCQ, and you people will give me the answer in the comment section, and this is a PYQ of the year 2016. So the question is, the term Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership often appears in the news in the context of the affairs of a group of countries known as. So Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, this term you hear in news with regard to which grouping? So that is G20, ASEAN, SCO or SAARC. So give me the answer in the comment section, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.